More agencies have joined in the search for the missing Lumberton teen reportedly taken from a front yard in a Lumberton mobile home park.
This morning at about 10 a.m., an Amber Alert was issued for Miss Aguilar.
The Amber Alert system was a system created in order to help missing children. Most of the cases that go through the Amber Alert end up solved, but there are a few cases that don't. Cases that end up on headline news for tragic circumstances. Tragic circumstances like this next story. March 21st, 2005, the world would make way for Hanya Aguilar. Hanya was raised in Lumberton, North Carolina, that has a population of just under 20,000 people. She was brought into this world by her mother, Elsa, and her father, Miguel. The year is now 2018, and Hanya is 13 years old. She has grown to be adventurous. She was charismatic. Hanya's teachers describe her as a great student, but not only was she a great student, she was also talented. By the age of 13, she had already mastered a musical instrument. Her musical instrument of choice would happen to be the violin. November 5th, 2018, Monday morning. It was a normal day in the household of Hanya. Everyone was preparing themselves for work and school. So as normal, Hanya grabs the keys to the car and she goes outside just to warm it up until her parents come out so they can take her to school. The mother prepares herself for work, comes outside, but when she gets outside, it was a sight she wasn't ready for. Not only was her SUV missing from the driveway, but her daughter was missing along with it.
All right, guys, I'm just waiting for a couple of more people to come online before I start. But you can see right now I'm here at the Lumberton Police Department, where a press conference will be held shortly on the kidnapping of 13-year-old Hanya Aguilar. She was, officials say she was taken from her neighborhood around shortly before 7 a.m. This morning on East Elizabethtown Road, and shortly at 12 o'clock the police department will be holding a press conference, hopefully giving us more details on what could have happened today in the Rosewood Mobile Park home.
So the family instantly goes to the police. Something's not right here, so they get down to the police and tell them that Hanya's missing. The police immediately issue an Amber Alert and alert the entire area that a 13-year-old girl is missing and she needs to be found.
Investigators do have some leads they are following this evening, including security footage captured near her home before she was taken.
Investigators say the only significant clue has been this: security video of the SUV Hanya was kidnapped in. Investigators say it was spotted in Lumberton, but wouldn't say exactly where.
The Amber Alert proves to be very helpful. It would even generate a witness statement. In the reported details that the witness said that they were headed to their car that morning, they turned around and then they noticed a male figure. This guy had a yellow bandana tied around his face and he was dressed in all black, so that looks like a shady situation in itself. Now the witness then goes on to detail that he watched this man force a young girl inside of a SUV and then he drove off. Now the description of this SUV did in fact match the description of the vehicle taken from Hanya's home. It's beginning to look like this case would be an easy solve, but it was far from it. There was much more to come.
The FBI has brought in a number of resources to help find Hanya. Agents and analysts from across North Carolina are here on the ground helping with this investigation. The FBI's Child Abduction Rapid Deployment, or CARD team, arrived yesterday afternoon. The team has specialized training in investigating missing children's cases. We also have a number of Spanish-speaking agents, task force officers, and detectives on scene with us. Still, the most important part of our investigative team is you, the public, and we need your help.
When Hanya went missing, the police would round up any and everyone they thought they needed to talk to. But nothing anyone said was leading anywhere. With no information, the police would decide to offer an incentive. A reward would be announced. a $10,000 reward for any information in regards to Hanya's whereabouts. November 8th, 2018, the missing SUV would finally be relocated, and inside of the SUV, they would find Hanya's clothes, her undergarments, and nothing further. Upon retrieval of the vehicle, the reward money would go up. The reward issued would now be $30,000 for any information in regards to Hanya's whereabouts. Again, leads come in and are proven to be false. Days pass, and then it turns into a week, and they still have no sign of her.
Hanya's mother asked me to share this message to her daughter, Hanya. She said, quote, "I just want my daughter back with me. I'm here waiting for you. I love you and only care about you. And I don't have anything against whoever did this to you. I just want you back." End quote.
The police have ran down every lead handed to them. They came up empty-handed. They've searched all around the area. Still couldn't find her. Then finally, after weeks of searching, on November 27th of 2018, the body of Hanya would be discovered in a wooded area. After exactly 22 days after her disappearance, she's finally found. The family is about to receive the news they're waiting on, but not in the form that they wanted.
First at 5, the FBI needs information to find whoever kidnapped and killed 13-year-old Hanya Aguilar. Thank you for joining us. I'm Maggie Newland in for Marius Payton.
I'm Angela Taylor. 90 minutes ago, Lumberton police and the FBI said preliminary results from the medical examiner identified the body found in Robeson County is that of Hanya Aguilar.
At this time, the FBI says there is no person of interest in the case, despite rumors flying on social media.
The police have now located her, but they still don't have a person of interest. I mean, they have a guy, but they have nothing more than a description of a black male wearing a yellow bandana tied around his face, dressed in all black. But persistence is key. And after running down over 850 leads and conducting more than 500 interviews, they would finally get the answers that they were waiting on. 2 witnesses would finally come forward with information that they knew. They said that on November 5th of 2018, a guy came over to their home. This was between the hours of 9:30 and 10 a.m., exactly 2.5 hours after the disappearance of Hanya. They said that he was wet, he was wearing a black hoodie, black jeans, and a yellow bandana tied around his neck. This man would then be identified as 34-year-old Michael Ray McKellen. And when they went to arrest this guy, he was already in jail on separate charges. He would be formally indicted on charges of murder later in December of that year.
And now to a major update to a case, truly a tragic story we've been following for more than a month now. Lumberton police arrested a man in the kidnapping and murder of 13-year-old Hanya Aguilar. 34-year-old Michael Ray McClellan faces 10 felony charges. Investigators say that McClellan was already in custody on an unrelated case when he was arrested. Hanya, if you recall, was abducted from her family's driveway on November 5th in Lumberton. The SUV she was taken in was discovered 3 days later. Her body was found on November 27th.
It's extremely sad. My heart goes out to the family. But this situation gets even worse because the defendant, Michael Ray McKellen, was actually charged for violating a separate woman in 2016. However, the 2 officers assigned to the case failed to follow up after the DNA matched the suspect.
According to the Robesonian newspaper, the suspensions with pay come after an internal investigation of the Robeson County Sheriff's Office. The DA says that the Sheriff's Office had investigated, if the Sheriff's Office had investigated the older case, it's likely McClellan would have been behind bars and Hanya would still be alive.
To think that Hanya might still be here had those officers done the right thing and properly done their job. Because for this guy to still be walking around when he was clearly supposed to be locked up already makes this situation that much worse. When Hania was found, an autopsy was conducted. It would be concluded that there would be no official cause of death, although they do believe that it was most likely done due to suffocation. Rest in peace, Hania Aguilar. Thank you for being a light for others.
Think about me one more time before you go. Someday you'll know. Someday you'll know. I already know what I'm going to say. I've been feeling this way for far too long.